Based on ABO classification, there are four main blood types. There's type A, type B, type AB, and type O. Welcome to the first video of my series, What You Should and Should Not Be Eating. I'm providing everyone with the information that they need to build a diet that is specific for their needs. And in this part of the series, I'm going to be giving you the information that you need to choose foods that are specific for your blood type. This video is for my type A's. So if you're A positive or A negative, this video is for you. The earliest known human ancestors were hunters and gatherers. Type A's are said to be the blood type that branched off from them when they started to farm. Type A's naturally have low stomach acid as compared to the other blood types. This means that they don't digest meat or dairy as well and thus should avoid it. If vegan, plant-based, vegetarian, or pescatarian diets come very easily for you, you may be a type A. Type A's do very well with diets that are very high in whole grains. Chicken, turkey, and certain fishes like salmon, red snapper, and cod could be very beneficial. Type A's are called the vegetarian for a reason because they thrive on vegetables and alkaline fruits. They should avoid tropical fruits like mango, papaya, coconut, and melons. Type A's can tend to suffer with iron deficiency anemia because their diet does not support them eating the biggest sources of heme iron, including red meats. Burdock root is one of the herbs that is approved for them to take, so burdock root may actually assist in raising their iron levels. And you need vitamin C to keep your iron levels high, so vitamin C and burdock root, put it together. If you're type A, I hope you found this helpful. Comment if you would like me to put this in written form for you to download. Stay tuned if you're type B because my next video is for you. Based on ABO classification, there are four main blood types. There's type A, type B, type AB, and type O. Welcome to the second video in my series, What You Should and Should Not Be Eating. I'm providing everyone with the information they need to make a diet for themselves specific to their needs. And in this part of the series, I'm going to be giving the information that you need to specifically choose foods that are for your blood type. This video is for type B's, so if you're B positive or B negative, this video is for you. The earliest known human ancestors were hunters and gatherers. Type B blood is said to have originated from them when they started traveling and wandering. Type B stomach acid is considered moderate to normal compared to other blood types. This means that they can digest certain red meats like lamb or mutton and high quality dairy. Type B is called the nomad for a reason. When their ancestors were traveling, they were exposed to different climates and different types of food. Therefore, they thrive on an omnivore diet, one with low fat, with meat, dairy, and lots of vegetables. They do really well with oats and millet, spelt, and whole grains. They should avoid chicken, peanuts, corn, wheat, and certain beans like lentils. Oily, cold fishes like salmon and trout are especially beneficial to them. They should eat green leafy vegetables, onions, and broccoli. Berries are also very good for them. Ginger, peppermint, and licorice are herbs that are all good for them. However, they should avoid aloe, mullein, and red clover. I hope this was very helpful to all of the type B's. Comment if you would like me to put this in written form so that you can download it. Stay tuned if you're type AB. My next video is for you. Based on ABO classification, there are four main blood types. They are type A, type B, type AB, and type O. Welcome to the fourth video of my series, What You Should and Should Not Be Eating. I'm providing everyone with the information they need to build a diet that is specific to their needs. And in this part of the series, I'm giving you the information you need to choose foods specific for your blood type. This video is for type O, so if you're type O positive or type O negative, this video is for you. Type O blood is of the earliest known human ancestors who were hunters and gatherers. Type O blood was around when humans were hunting for animals and gathering berries and vegetables to eat. Type O stomach acid is considered very high as compared to other blood types. This means type O's are supposed to consume a diet that is very high in animal protein because they can easily digest it. Type O's do very well with cold water fishes like cod and salmon, but they should stay away from catfish. They also do very well with oils that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as flaxseed oil. It is very important for type O's to avoid most beans, peanuts, and cashews. Type O's also need to avoid dairy, anything pickled, as well as too many grains. Ezekiel bread is the exception. Figs and plums are great. Green leafy vegetables are very beneficial for them. However, they should avoid starchy vegetables like potatoes and corn. I hope this information was very helpful for the type O's. Comment if you would like me to put this information in written form for download. Stay tuned for my next video. I will be discussing health issues common to each blood type. Based on ABO classification, there are 4 main blood types. They are type A, type B, type AB, and type O. Welcome to the 3rd video of my series, What You Should and Should Not Be Eating. I'm providing everyone with the information they need to make a diet that is specific for their needs. In this part of the series, I'm giving you the information you need to choose foods that are specific for your blood type. This video is for type AB. So if you're AB positive or AB negative, this video is for you. The earliest known human ancestors were hunters and gatherers. Type AB blood is said to have originated from them when the type A vegetarians and the type B nomads started intermingling. So that makes type AB the youngest blood type. Because ABs are a mixture of type A and type B blood phenotypes, their diet also reflects that they can eat a mixture of the type A diet and the type B diet. Like type B, type AB stomach acid is considered moderate to normal as compared to other blood types. Those with type AB blood can eat seafood, dairy, non-GMO tofu, lamb, fish, grains, fruit, and green vegetables. Because seafood is particularly good for them, seaweeds like kelp is also very beneficial. Corn, chicken, buckwheat, and certain beans should be avoided by type AB. They are truly omnivores. I hope this information was particularly helpful for type AB. Comment if you would like me to put this in written form for download. Stay tuned if you're type O. My next video is for you. Your blood type contributes to your physique, your overall health, how intense your workouts should be, and what health issues your blood type is more likely to experience as compared to others. Welcome to What You Should and Should Not Be Eating. In the previous episodes, we learned about how each blood type should be eating to make sure that they maximize the nutrients that they're getting. This based on the research of Dr. Peter D. Adamo. The foods that each blood type is and is not supposed to be eating is largely connected to the amount of stomach acid they naturally produce. And the amount of stomach acid is a pretty good indicator of what they can and cannot digest. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the diseases that each blood type is most prone to so that you can take the preventative measures in your everyday life. First up is type A. Type A's naturally produce the least amount of stomach acid as compared to the other blood types. So therefore, type A's have to stick to a mostly vegetarian, pescatarian, or plant-based diet. Not having a lot of stomach acid means that they should not eat meat. Veering off of this path can cause health issues like candida yeast overgrowth, which is something that we see a lot in the medical field. A lot of people have issues with yeast. Type A's tend to have high cortisol levels. Cortisol is the stress hormone that our body naturally produces in response to stress to help us chill out. High cortisol levels, however, trap abdominal fat around your visceral organs and also contribute to diabetes. So if you're type A and you find it very difficult dealing with stressful situations, this is why. Or if you belong to one of these other blood types and you forced yourself on a plant-based, vegan, or vegetarian diet and suddenly you have issues dealing with stress, you're not eating right for your blood type. Low stomach acid also means that they have higher growth of the bacteria H. pylori, which is responsible for ulcers. And it also increases their risk of developing stomach or pancreatic cancer. It's very important for type A's to stick to a mostly vegetarian, plant-based, or pescatarian diet. And if they need to increase their stomach acid, a little bit of apple cider vinegar or pickled foods will help. If you're type A or you found this video to be helpful, please leave me a comment. Your blood type contributes to your physique, your overall health, how intense your workouts should be, and what health issues you're more likely to experience as compared with other blood types. Welcome to what you should and should not be eating. I'm Empress Sankofa. In previous videos, we learned about what each blood type is supposed to be eating so that they can maximize the nutrients that they're getting from their diet. This is based on the research of Dr. Peter D. Adamo. What each blood type is and is not supposed to be eating is largely connected to the amount of stomach acid each blood type naturally produces. And the amount of stomach acid is a pretty good indication of what they can and cannot digest. In this video, I'm going to share with you the diseases that each blood type is more prone to getting so that you can take the necessary preventative measures in your everyday life. So next up is type B. If you are B positive or B negative, this video is for you. Type B produces a moderate amount of stomach acid as compared to the other blood types. Their ancestors were nomadic wanderers that were exposed to a variety of foods from a variety of climates. For maximum health, they should digest a variety of foods as long as they're able to digest them. If you watched the previous episode for type A, you might notice that this list of diseases is very similar. That's because type A, type B, and type AB all share the ABO gene. This ABO gene is responsible for causing many of the illnesses that types A, B, and AB are more prone to as compared to their O-type ancestors. It is important to note that although there are similarities that all three will share because of the ABO gene, there are also still differences. The ABO gene is connected to memory loss and brain function, hence why many people within A, B, and AB will have memory loss and potentially dementia later in life. This gene also brings a higher risk of pancreatic, stomach cancer, as well as other cancers. But it's important to note here as well that type B is slightly lower at risk of developing stomach cancer than type A. This is likely because type Bs produce more stomach acid than type A, so they have less H. pylori in their gut. This gene also increases the risk of blood clots. Heart disease and diabetes are concerns that type Bs should take very seriously. Type Bs should focus on eating things they can digest, avoid smoking, exercise, get proper rest, and avoid stress. If you're type B or you found this video helpful, please leave me a comment. Stay tuned if you're type AB, my next video is for you. Your blood type contributes to your physique, your overall health, how intense your workouts should be, and what health issues you're more likely to experience than others. Welcome to what you should and should not be eating. I'm Empress Sankofa. According to Dr. D. Adamo, there are foods that each blood type should and should not be eating. Much of it has to do with the amount of stomach acid each naturally produces, thus what they can digest and what they cannot digest. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the information on which diseases each blood type is prone to so that you can take the necessary preventative measures in your everyday life. Next up is type AB. Type AB produces a moderate amount of stomach acid as compared to the other blood types. Their ancestors were a mix of the type A farmers and the type B nomads. Like so, as the omnivore, they can eat a mixture of most of the foods from either diet. If you've been tuning into this series and have already seen the previous episodes on types A and B, you'll probably notice that this list of diseases is very, very similar. That's because many of these diseases are caused by the ABO gene, which is shared by types A, types B, and type AB. Though there are a lot of similarities between AB and AB, there are still some differences. So if you belong to these blood types, it's good to watch all of the videos, but make sure that you specifically focus on yours. The ABO gene is connected to brain function and memory. Thus, types A, B, and AB tend to have memory issues and can develop dementia later in life. And type AB is at the highest risk of dementia and memory loss. Type AB is also at a high risk of developing blood clots and stroke. Oftentimes, blood clots are what cause strokes. The gene also brings a higher risk of pancreatic, stomach, and other cancers. Moderate acidity level makes their risk of ulcers normal. Like type A, watch your stress levels. Heart disease and diabetes are also concerns that AB should be concerned about, although they are at a lower risk than A or B. Types A, B, and AB could all benefit from moving away from high-stress, polluted cities. It could literally protect your heart. Did you know that AB positive is the universal receiver? So that means that they can receive blood from themselves and any of the other blood types. Type AB should focus on eating things they're supposed to. Avoid smoking, get rest, exercise, minimize stress, and avoid aluminum. If you're type AB or you found this video to be particularly helpful, please leave me a comment. If you're type O, stay tuned. My next video is for you. Your blood type contributes to your physique, your overall health, how intense your workout should be, and what health issues each blood type is more prone to as compared to others. Welcome to what you should and should not be eating. I'm Empress Sankofa. According to the research of Dr. Diadamo, there are foods that each blood type should and should not be eating. Much of it has to do with the amount of stomach acid that each naturally produces. High stomach acid means low pH. Low stomach acid means high pH. The amount of stomach acid that each produces gives us a pretty good idea of what they can and cannot digest. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the diseases that each blood type is more prone to having as compared to the others. I'm giving you this information so that you can take the necessary preventative measures in your everyday life. Next up is type O. Type O's produce the highest amount of stomach acid as compared to the other blood types. Their ancestors were the hunters, catching animals, and the gatherers, gathering berries, fruits, and vegetables for them to eat. Like so, they as the carnivore require high protein, low carb, and lots of vegetables. Type O has the oldest human ancestor blood. Type O's do not have the ABO gene like types A, B, and AB. This means that the list of diseases that are common to A, B, and AB are not present in type O to a large extent. However, there are diseases that type O's are more prone to than the others. Type O produces a lot of stomach acid, so the pH is very low. They are at an increased risk of developing peptic ulcers. So whether you're on the type A side with little stomach acid, high pH, or the type O side with low pH, high stomach acid, you're at risk of developing ulcers. If you're going to eat meat, as you should for your blood type, you should stay away from vinegar and pickled foods, as they can adjust the acidity of your stomach. And not adequately digesting your food could cause issues with candida yeast or colorectal cancer, as colorectal cancer is connected to overconsumption of meat. However, type O's are naturally supposed to eat meat. Type O women are more likely to experience infertility or have less viable eggs. In hunting and gathering, circumstances were not conducive to making having children a priority. Type O's should focus on eating high-quality animal protein. This will help reduce the hormone imbalances that we see when the animals are treated with hormones. Minimize dairy and carbs. Avoid smoking. Exercise. Get proper rest. And minimize stress. Did you know that O positive is the universal donor? All blood types can receive from them. If you're type O or found this video helpful, please leave me a comment. Stay tuned. And what health issues each blood type is more prone to as compared to others. We'll call this a part 2 or addendum of type O. In the first part, I mistakenly said that type O positive is the universal donor. It's actually type O negative. O negative can donate blood to any of the blood types. However, the majority of the world is type O positive. I also want to mention that type O's are also more likely to have thyroid issues. Your thyroid is responsible for all of the metabolic functions in your body. This contributes to the fertility issues that type O's are more likely to have than the other blood types. The thyroid not functioning properly can also contribute to the weight gain that type O's may experience, as well as mood disorders such as depression. If you found this information helpful, please leave me a comment. Make sure that you can follow me so that you can see when each new episode drops. I got a lot more good stuff for y'all. Welcome to What You Should and Should Not Be Eating, Episode 10, Working Out for Your Blood Type. I'm Empress Sankofa. In previous episodes, we've talked about the blood types, where they came from, foods for each blood type, and health issues they're more likely to encounter than other types. Now, we're going to put it together and incorporate the best way to exercise for your blood type. Moving your body is just important to your health as what you're eating. Without further ado, let's get into it. Type A, your ancestors were the farmers. They spent a lot of time farming, which is low intensity exercise. You too should stick to low intensity workouts. Going too hard can increase your cortisol levels, which could cause you to gain weight in your midsection and increase your stress levels, and can cause physical injuries because your body cannot handle the stress of high impact. Your muscles are not built for that. You should stick to workouts such as yoga, Pilates, isometric exercises, or going for a relaxing walk. Because you have the ABO gene, it is best for you to do most of your exercises indoors to minimize your exposure to environmental toxins in the air. Up next is Type B. Type B, your ancestors were the nomads. They spent a lot of time traveling, which is moderate intensity exercise. You too should stick to moderate intensity workouts for your health. Low impact cardio, moderate strength training with weights, tennis or biking are all good exercises for you. Like Type A, you too have the ABO gene, which means that it's best for you to exercise indoors and minimize your exposure to toxins that are in the air. Next up, Type AB. Your ancestors were a mixture of the farmers and of the nomads, so you could benefit from exercises from either group. Low impact cardio, moderate weight training, yoga, Pilates, dance are all exercises that are good for you. Spend most of your time exercising indoors because you as well have the ABO gene. And last but not least is my Type O's. Your ancestors were the hunters and the gatherers. We no longer have to hunt for our food, but you should maintain that same predator intensity when you're working out. Your body requires high impact. Exercises like running, strength training, and interval training are best for you. And you can mix it up by exercising indoors or outdoors. If you found this information helpful, please leave me a comment. Stay tuned for the next episodes. We're going deeper.